Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal 155 based on novel. So let's start. Wealth, the first sword that Wang Lin obtained at the Hengyu sect. It seemed that the moment the youth held that sword, everything in the future had been decided. Hundreds of years of karma flashed by from when he lost it to when he regained it. Wealth contained a soul technique of the previous generation's reigned celestial sword spirit. This soul technique was not a celestial spell, a Dao spell, or even an ability. It was a sword style. A powerful sword style that inherited the ancient sword intent. Wang Lin's held the celestial sword and looked at the formation that the Thunder Beast and Celestial Guard were constantly attacking. When the formation looked like it couldn't withstand another hit, he lifted the celestial sword. The calmness in his eyes were gone and it was replaced with a ray of sword light. At this moment, his entire body merged with the sword in his hand. The celestial sword rose. And it fell. This simple fall caused the heavens and earth to fall into darkness. Even the Celestial Guard and the Thunder Beast seemed to disappear at this moment. In the entire world, there was only this simple fall of the sword. This sword seemed like it was going to open the world, like it was about to tear through the chaos of the world. This sword gave off no sword energy or celestial spiritual energy, but this simple sword would shake the soul of anyone who saw it. The first to react was the Huan family's ancestor. His eyes jerked wide open, revealing a look of shock, and he exclaimed, This is law. It was as if the heavens and earth were being torn apart. This sound of tearing echoed in his mind. The dim heavens and earth seemed like they really were being torn apart. Not only him, but Huan Fengshan sucked in a breath of cold air. A monstrous killing intent came from the sword the moment it fell. The killing intent spread like crazy as it tore through Huan Fengshan's eyes and imprinted in his mind. Huan Fengshan's body suddenly stiffened. This is, Huan Fengshan's mind trembled. It was as if a sword had just pierced between his eyebrows and came out from the top of his head. He subconsciously took several steps back. With his late-stage ascendant cultivation, he wasn't able to see the law of the sword. However, he clearly felt that at the moment the sword fell, it seemed to contain a heavenly law, but even more, it contained the power to tear the heavens. Bang bang, bang bang, bang bang. Huan Fengshan could clearly feel his own heartbeat speed up. He had the illusion that he was going to collapse with the world. All of the Huan family direct descendants that were originally looking at the sky were filled with shock. That simple fall made them feel like they were part of it all, as if the fall of the sword that tore the world apart had torn them apart too. They were immediately covered in cold sweat. With their cultivation, they had no idea why it was like this, why they had such feelings even with the formation protecting them. The other party had simply lowered his sword. The fear of death began spread at this instant. Not only them, even the eyes of Qian Kuizi, who had been watching with his divine sense, shined brightly. He was inside the secret chamber of the Qian family's home, and he suddenly stood up. Law. That sword strike contains law. The pursuit of the second step is law. The first step is understanding the heavens, and the second step is converting that understanding into the power of laws. If this child is not someone from the Thunder Celestial Temple, how could he display such a sword strike? At the same time, a member of the Shu family noticed this scene. An old man from the Shu family was also watching the battle at the Huan family's home with his divine sense. Previously, he had come to an agreement with the Huan family to provide help. He had lifted his foot to leave, but at this moment, he gently put it down. This child's sword style is very strong. Although I'm not afraid of it, since he dared to challenge the Huan family, he must still have moves prepared. The sword fell, and at this moment, all of the sound in the world disappeared. The Huan family's formation collapsed without any real contact or blow landing on it. After withdrawing the sword, Wang Lin's expression was pale. However, his gaze became even colder as he stared at the Huan family below him. The impact the heaven chop had on the body was great, and it had nothing to do with cultivation. It relied on the origin energy from a close integration of the origin soul and the body. An ascendant cultivator's origin soul and origin energy are fused into one. However, The Heaven Chop can separate a part of that origin energy. An ascendant cultivator only has a fixed amount of origin energy, and once too much is lost, their cultivation regresses. Fortunately, Wang Lin had Ju Yi's ascendant crystal, so he had a bit more origin energy than most cultivators. The Huan family was completely silent. Huan Wuqing's gaze was even more gloomy as he looked at Wang Lin and coldly said, "I underestimated you. To have such a sword style at only the ascendant stage, you are indeed very strong. However, the gap between the first step and second step is too wide. If you had displayed that sword art with second step cultivation, it might have been interesting, but it is useless right now. Today you broke my Huan family's formation, so you will without a doubt die. Please, ancestral jade." The Huan family's ancestor let out a loud shout. A powerful force suddenly came from the Huan family's ancestral home. This force, which was filled with a sense of unity, spread like a celestial wind and surrounded the Huan family. A golden jade slowly floated into the air from a house nearby. This force of unity was coming from this jade. At the moment the jade appeared, it was as if a separate world had been carved out from the planet. It allowed the Huan family's ancestral home to become its own realm. The Huan family's ancestor stared at Wang Lin and revealed a sneer. Unless he had to, he wouldn't personally act, because he was too afraid of Wang Lin's sword energy. Earlier, when he asked Chen Kuizi to help, it was to waste Wang Lin's sword energy. The Huan family's formation was meant to do the same. However, he would never have imagined that Chen Kuizi would actually retreat instead of battling. The family's formation was broken not by the sword energy but by the combined force of the Thunder Beast, the puppet, and the law from the sword. Now he could only clench his teeth and call out the jade that their celestial ancestor had left them. This jade contained a spell of the celestial ancestor from the Thunder Celestial realm. The Huan family was able to reach the status they had today because of this jade and a treasure left behind by the celestial ancestor. Huan Wuqing thought, unfortunately, the celestial treasure disappeared along with Huan Wuxiang several thousand years ago. Otherwise, with that celestial treasure, there would be no need to call out the jade. The powerful force from the jade was like a gentle, spring breeze. It also gave off a bright color. After an instant, the jade seemed to melt, then it took the shape of a person. Although one couldn't clearly see the person's features, it gave off a sense of majesty. Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal 161 based on novel. So let's start. Thunder Daoist's eyes lit up. For the first time he used a spell with his eyes to look at Wang Ping. Under this gaze, Wang Ping's body felt cold. It was as if his body had no secrets at all and was completely seen through by the other party. Wang Lin's power had touched Thunder Daoist's bottom line. Unless it was his last resort, he didn't want to use an origin energy spell, because origin energy was simply too scarce. With his cultivation level, unless it was a life and death situation, he was unwilling to use an origin energy spell. After all, the more times he used it, the longer he would stay at the illusory yin stage. If he couldn't break through after 1,000 years, his cultivation would forever stop progressing. He had less than 300 years left, so he wasn't willing to casually use origin energy spells. What he feared the most was Wang Lin's thunder. Thunder Daoist deduced that the thunder was related to this person's domain. If he could break this person's domain, perhaps he could win without using an origin spell. Let this old man see once more. So it was originally a resentful soul. I thought there was some problem. How could a mortal resist my divine sense? At first I thought it was the puppet, but it looks like I was wrong. Thunder Daoist laughed, and there was a hint of malice in his words. However, his pupils shrank and he stopped what he was saying. His gaze toward Wang Ping revealed a powerful sense of fear. This is sword energy. This sword energy is too terrifying. Thunder Daoist gasped and immediately retreated with his scalp feeling numb. That spell just now allowed him to see the two rays of sword energy inside Wang Ping's body. Madman. This person is a madman. He actually used this kind of sword energy to form flesh for a mere soul fragment. This old man can't fight this time. I need to quickly retreat. Thunder Daoist's body trembled, and without any hesitation he quickly retreated toward the Thunder Beast. The two strands of sword energy inside Wang Ping completely frightened him. Wang Ping silently pondered as he stared at his father's back, and he didn't speak for a long time. Wang Lin's eyes were bloodshot as he stared at Thunder Daoist, who was attempting to escape. If it wasn't for the fact that Ling Tianho's sword energies weren't in his body, he would have released them all to kill this person. At this moment, without any hesitation, he waved his hand and chopped down. A portion of the origin energy that merged with his origin soul entered the sword. As Thunder Daoist retreated, his expression changed once more. He felt a terrifying aura descend from the heavens. Origin energy spell. How can you use an origin energy spell? As Thunder Daoist's expression changed, he felt a sense of life and death crisis. Thunder Daoist was inferior to the Huan family's ancestor. After all, the Huan family's ancestor's cultivation level was originally at the early stage of Nirvana Scrya. Even though his cultivation level fell, he was still much more powerful than any ordinary yin and yang cultivator. Feeling a sense of crisis, his finger pointed between his eyebrows and his eyes released a white light. This white light was gentle, and it contained a sliver of world origin energy. In an instant, a portion of origin energy came out from Thunder Daoist's body and charged out from the top of his head. At this moment, the entire planet trembled and a faintly discernible aura filled the world. Thunder Daoist's face was pale. It was clear that using an origin energy spell was a huge burden for him. Thunder Daoist shouted, "Origin energy Thunder Furnace." More origin energy came out from his head, and then the world changed. This was a real change and not just some illusion. The sky slowly descended and everything began to sink. The earth began to rise. There were bursts of rumbling sounds as the ground under Thunder Daoist continued to shake. The change of the sky and earth completed in an instant. At this moment, there was no longer sky or earth, only a huge, blue furnace. The sky and earth had turned into a giant furnace. The sky was the lid while the earth was the body. This was an origin energy spell. At this moment, the Thunder Beast from the Thunder Celestial Temple let out a roar. It dragged its wounded body, turned into a bolt of lightning, and landed on the furnace. Soon, countless carvings gradually appeared on his originally blank furnace. They were carvings of the Thunder Beast. "Shu Mu, this is this old man's origin energy spell. Let us see which of us will live." The world had been turned into a furnace, and at this moment, Thunder Daoist's voice was like the heaven's might. Thunder rumbled inside the giant furnace and countless lightning bolts appeared everywhere in this boundless world. The furnace formed by the world was like an oven, and it began refining everything inside as more bolts of thunder appeared. The sword in Wang Lin's hand simply fell. The strange aura that now contained the law of the world filled the entire furnace. What it was cutting wasn't any material object but the law of this world. Bolts of thunder continued to descend on Wang Lin. This thunder wasn't born from the heavens but from Thunder Daoist's spell. Aside from thunder, they also contained his Tao. When the heavenly chop landed, the furnace turned illusory to Wang Lin's eyes. There were strands of blue lines surrounding the area, and it was these strands that formed the furnace. The sword chopped down and the blue strands quickly collapsed. Thunder Daoist's muffled groan came from the world, and at the same time, more origin energy rushed out of his body to maintain the integrity of the furnace. Shortly after, even more Tao thunder descended. Every bolt that fell on Wang Lin caused his body to tremble. If it wasn't for his origin soul changing, this much Tao thunder would have caused his body to vanish without a trace. Wang Lin's eyes became even colder. At this moment, the celestial guard puppet, which was also inside the furnace, began waving its fist like crazy. It bombarded the entire area, making the entire world seem to tremble. Although the thunder here was strong, the flesh of the puppet was even stronger, so the thunder couldn't damage it at all. Every punch from the puppet was equal to an illusory yin cultivator's attack as they landed on the furnace. This was the biggest threat to Thunder Daoist. Almost like a response to the celestial guard puppet, the Thunder Beast roared. Its body gave off a bright light and then a sliver of gold came from its silver horn. Countless thunderbolts flew from its body and spread across the area. The thunder caused countless rumbles and made the furnace shake even harder. Thunder Daoist's muffled groan echoed once more, and a large amount of origin energy flew out of his body once more into the large furnace. "Refine for this old man," a hideous voice echoed. At the moment the Dao thunder descended inside the furnace, a purple flame appeared. In an instant, a sea of flames appeared inside the furnace. The combination of thunder and fire was much more powerful. Wang Lin's expression was gloomy. The origin energy in his body couldn't compare to the old man's, so he couldn't display the full power of the heavenly chop. It was just as the Huan family's ancestor had said, if Wang Lin was at the second step, or even at the yin and yang stage, the power of his heavenly chop would increase exponentially. His eyes lit up as he put away the celestial sword and looked at the thunder beast. Wang Lin bit the tip of his finger and used his blood to draw a very complex symbol. This symbol was filled with vicissitude as if it had existed for a very long time. The moment this symbol appeared, the thunder beast was startled, and it turned its big head toward Wang Lin. Third seal, open. Wang Lin waved his hand and the symbol penetrated all the thunder and lightning before imprinting on the thunder beast's forehead. The thunder beast's body trembled, its face revealed a painful expression, and then it let out a startling roar. As its body trembled, a row of thorns came out from its back. These ferocious thorns gave off a cold glint, and intense lightning zipped between them. A terrifying aura suddenly appeared inside the furnace. This aura contained a heaven-defying might. If it dared to defy the heavens, then there was no need to mention this origin energy spell. The thunder beast's body suddenly grew several times bigger. The silver lightning that was moving all over the thunder beast turned black. The black lightning carried a destructive aura as it suddenly charged out from the thunder beast's body. The beast let out another roar, then it flew into the sky and complex beast language came out of its mouth. This made the thunder beast from the Thunder Celestial Temple start trembling. It came out from the furnace and lied down on the ground in submission, not daring to look up. Previously, it felt that the other thunder beast was only a bit stronger than itself, but its pride made it dare to fight. However, a deep fear came from its soul this time. The other thunder beast had suddenly changed into its ancestor, and that was something it couldn't resist. After the thunder beast had the third seal released, its body was covered in lightning. At this moment, the amount of lightning reached its peak and the black lightning began to spread out. A black thunderstorm expanded like crazy. At this moment, the celestial guard's body began to release a golden light. The golden light slowly turned red and then orange, and the power it contained became even stronger. Boom! The thunderstorm covered the entire furnace and countless cracks suddenly appeared, and these cracks continued to expand. Boom! The celestial guard's punch landed on the furnace, causing even more cracks to appear. The powerful force spread everywhere, and Thunder Daoist's origin energy surged into the furnace like crazy. He had no time to feel pain over the use of origin energy, because this was the most difficult battle he'd had since becoming a messenger of the Thunder Celestial Temple. It was a life and death battle. However, the speed at which his origin energy was entering the furnace couldn't match the combined power of the Thunder Beast after the third seal had been released and the Celestial Guard puppet. At this moment of crisis, Wang Lin's eyes became cold. He didn't pick up the big sword but raised his finger and mercilessly chopped down. Heavenly chop! Rumble! An indescribable explosion echoed the heavens and earth. The giant furnace suddenly exploded. There was black lightning on each of the fragments, and then there was another series of explosions as those fragments exploded once more. Wang Lin's expression was deathly pale. After using 2 heavenly chops, he was really low on origin energy, almost to the point of his cultivation level falling. If he was missing even a sliver more, his cultivation level probably would have fallen. His body flickered and the world around him returned to normal. Wang Lin took a deep breath. Although his face was pale, his eyes were even colder than before. Thunder Daoist's body appeared in the air. He coughed out a large mouthful of blood and directly turned around to flee. He was afraid. He had fought countless battles but never had encountered something so strange. Although the enemy was merely a first-step cultivator, all of the spells and treasures he possessed made his scalp numb, and those 2 rays of sword energy made him only hate himself for not being able to run away sooner. The celestial guard puppet quickly chased after Thunder Daoist. The thunder beast let out a roar and also closely followed after the celestial guard. They gradually disappeared over the horizon. Wang Ping softly said, "Dad. Is what he said true?" In the battle just now, Thunder Daoist didn't include Wang Ping and Qingyi in his spell, as he didn't dare to provoke those two rays of sword energy inside Wang Ping. Wang Lin's expression was extremely pale. He slowly turned around and stared at Wang Ping. After a long time, he nodded. Wang Ping stared at this father and faintly smiled. This smile was really carefree, and he calmly said, "Dad, is this the real reason you didn't let me cultivate and why I still don't have a child with Qingyi? Because I'm already dead." Wang Lin's eyes revealed sadness as he looked at Wang Ping and softly said, "You are not dead." Wang Ping shook his head and smiled. "Dad, you taught me that if I meet a mountain, I can climb it, if I meet a river, I can cross it, even if I meet the heavens, I can walk defyingly against them." "Dad, thank you. In fact, I already had the answer to this question a long time ago, but I didn't dare to face it, to confirm it. Why I can't cultivate, why I can't have an heir, why I have never gotten sick in more than 70 years. I have never even truly felt tired before. Why I can clearly feel that my end has arrived while my body feels nothing. I finally understand now." Wang Ping looked at Wang Lin. His smile revealed his carefree nature, but there was a hint reluctance in it. "Dad, I, Wang Ping, don't have a mother, just a father. Thank you for accompanying me." Wang Ping felt his eyes water up, but he found that he had no tears. "It turns out I don't even have tears." Wang Ping bitterly looked at his father and softly said, "Dad, take care. Ping failed to keep this promise of accompanying you for generations." The sadness in Wang Lin's eyes became even stronger. After Liu Mai handed Wang Ping to him, he had fed Wang Ping the medicine and used his own thunder to help heal him. However, in the end, he found out that Wang Ping had died a long, long time ago. The life of a mortal was very short, and it was the same for a resentful spirit. What existed was only a sliver of soul that was surrounded by resentment, so it couldn't return back to the reincarnation cycle. This was the true form of a resentful spirit. What Liu Mai gifted Wang Lin was his soul fragment. This soul fragment couldn't cultivate because it was unable to cultivate. If tried to cultivate, the resentful aura would activate and would completely vanish. Wang Ping couldn't cultivate in secret from Wang Lin, because his body was made of sword energy. Using one ray of sword energy to form flesh and another ray of sword energy to protect the soul, this was Wang Ping. This growth was done merely with a spell. More than 70 years of life, all of Wang Ping's growth was due to Wang Lin's celestial spell. Wang Lin whispered, "Your promise will come true, believe me." Wang Ping looked at his father as he held Qingyi's hand and softly said, "Dad, let Qingyi go." He turned around and looked meaningfully at Qingyi. He revealed a gentle smile and softly said, "If there is an afterlife, if I reincarnate, I'll come and find you, Qingyi." As tears fell down Qingyi's cheeks, she opened her mouth as if she wanted to say something. Wang Ping shook his head as he looked up at the sky and softly said, "Dad, Qingyi, I'm leaving." Wang Ping's eyes revealed a powerful sense of reluctance. He wanted to be with Qingyi and accompany his father forever. Forever. In a trance, he seemed to have returned to his childhood. In the 19 years he stayed at the mountain village, he drank the medicine and revealed a happy smile. "Dad, the medicine is very bitter." He seemed to see his father using a spell to disperse the resentful aura in his body every night. He could see that the medicine wasn't absorbed by his body but by his soul. Because his body couldn't absorb medicine. It was as if he could see that his body was a ray of golden sword energy. He could also see that there was another ray of golden sword energy wrapped around his soul. No wonder I always dreamed I was in a golden world during my childhood. Wang Ping's eyes closed. At this moment, his body released a golden glow and turned into a ray of sword energy that stood beside Wang Lin. Following that, another ray of sword energy appeared. All that was left was a ball of white light quietly floating there. There was a black thread moving inside the white ball. This black thread was the last sliver of resentment. Wang Lin stared at ball of white light for a long time before raising his hand and gently wiping the ball. That black thread disappeared. After experiencing one reincarnation cycle, all of Wang Lin's child's resentment was finally dispersed. Tears came out of his eyes as he gently held the ball of light as if he was holding the baby from back then. The wind started blowing, and the ball of light showed signs of dissipating, but Wang Lin didn't let go. Wang Lin knew that if he let go, then the purified Wang Ping would return to the reincarnation cycle. Ping your promise will come true. Wang Lin took the ball of light and pressed it between his eyebrows. It entered the heaven-defying bead and rested next to Li Muwen's nascent soul. From now on, your mother is WN. Wang Lin turned around and walked into the distance. Dad, Qingyi knelt on the ground. The sadness in her eyes wasn't any weaker than Wang Lin's. Qingyi's eyes were filled with tears as she softly said, Dad, I have an appointment with Wang Ping. Even if it's to the afterlife, I'll accompany him. Take me away with you, even if it only as a soul fragment. I'll go anywhere as long as I can accompany Wang Ping. Dad, it was you who told me to always accompany Wang Ping. You won't regret it. No regrets. Wang Lin left, and along with him was Qingyi's regretless soul. Under the sunset, his old body gradually changed. His hair was no longer grey and turned black. His slightly hunched back slowly became straight. The Wang Lin from 70 years ago slowly walked toward the void. A reincarnation cycle ends. Not far away, the thunder beast was still lying on the ground, and its body was trembling involuntarily. After seeing Wang Lin's figure disappear into the void, it hesitated before following Wang Lin. In the void, Wang Lin's black hair moved without any wind. There were no joy or sorrow in his eyes. It was as if he had seen through everything in this world. Wang Ping wasn't the only one who had gone through a reincarnation cycle. Wang Lin himself did as well. His cultivation had broken through the early stage of Ascendant and reached the mid-stage of Ascendant. His domain also broke through to the late stage of Ascendant during this reincarnation cycle. With enough celestial jades, Wang Lin was confident in becoming a true late-stage Ascendant powerhouse. When it comes to yin and yang cultivators, while I can win against illusory yin cultivators, the battles will be extremely difficult, and every battle will expend precious origin energy. Right now my origin energy has already reached its bottom line, so not even slightest bit can be used anymore. As for corporeal yang cultivators, I'm no match. If I meet one, I must quickly escape. Wang Lin began to ponder. The difference between the first step and the second step is indeed a big gap that can't be easily crossed. Even if my cultivation reaches the late stage of Ascendant, without origin energy, I'm no match for yin and yang cultivators. But how do I obtain origin energy? Wang Lin stepped toward the void and quickly broke through the atmosphere, charging into the stars toward where the celestial puppet and thunder beast went. Behind him, the thunder beast from the Thunder Celestial Temple still followed him but kept a certain distance. The most important matters now are to obtain enough celestial jades and then find a way to increase my origin energy. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and revealed a decisive gaze. Among the stars, he slapped his bag of holding and the star compass immediately flew out. He sat on the silver light and flew among the stars. The thunder beast behind him was startled, then it turned into a bolt of lightning and quickly chased after Wang Lin. Wang Lin already knew that the thunder beast was following him. He traveled at full speed toward where the celestial guard was. The silver light stretched across space as it moved through the stars like a rainbow. Shortly after, Wang Lin's eyes became cold and he heard sounds of explosions. Not far away, Thunder Daoist was in an extremely sorry state. He had a bolt of lightning in his hand as he fought with the celestial puppet, but he was constantly being pushed back. Beside him was the thunder beast that had its third seal released. It let out a roar and charged like crazy, its horn releasing powerful bolts of lightning. This made Thunder Daoist have to quickly dodge every time, making his face was pale and show a trace of despair. Thunder Daoist saw the silver light approaching from the distance, and when he noticed it was Wang Lin, the despair in his eyes became even stronger. He had already used a majority of the origin energy in his body, and if he used any more, his cultivation level would fall and he would never be able to reach the corporeal yang stay. Also, he was very scared, especially of those two rays of sword energy. Wang Lin's eyes were cold. He had to kill this Thunder Daoist. This person was a messenger of the Thunder Celestial Temple. If he was not killed and was allowed flee, then there would be endless troubles in the future. Wang Lin slapped his bag of holding and 7 treasured swords flew out, forming the 7-star sword formation. These swords whistled toward Thunder Daoist. The Celestial Guard puppet gave off an orange light as he threw a punch at the Thunder Daoist, pushing him back. The horn of the Thunder Beast behind him gave off a sizzling sound, and then a bolt of lightning charged directly at Thunder Daoist's back. Thunder Daoist's expression turned gloomy. Along the way here, this beast and puppet constantly attacked him like this, making it impossible to escape at full speed. Also, although he could travel through space without the Thunder Beast, his speed was obviously slower. At this moment, the 7-star sword formation arrived and surrounded Thunder Daoist. As the sword energy rushed at this body, Thunder Daoist took out a jade and crushed it. After crushing it, thunder and lightning flew out all around him, forming a barrier. The 7-star sword formation stabbed the barrier, causing a series of explosions to go off. The thunder barrier shook violently. Inside, Thunder Daoist stared at Wang Lin and urgently said, "Fellow cultivator Shu, I was reckless in this matter, but why push it so far? I'm a member of the Thunder Celestial Temple, so if fellow cultivator kills me, you will find it hard to move around in the All-Heaven star system. If I don't kill you, I'll still find it hard to move in the All-Heaven star system," said Wang Lin with a cold voice. Then he slapped his bag, causing the 1 billion soul flag to appear. The 30-foot wide flag gave off ghostly wails that could shake one's origin soul. With one shake, all of the soul fragments flew out. Among them, not to mention soul transformation soul fragments, there were even some ascendant soul fragments. After the 4th soul returned, although the number of ordinary soul fragments still hadn't reached 1 billion, the flag's current power was even stronger than it was back on planet Suzaku. After all, there were simply too many soul fragments of powerful cultivators. Countless soul fragments flew out and surrounded the area. Then the powerful soul fragments all fused together, forming 3 ultimate primary souls. The first primary soul was a huge, black Chileen. Its eyes gave off a cold gaze and were extremely fierce. The second primary soul was a 30-foot tall black giant. His body gave off rich soul energy and released an aura that could shake one's soul. The third primary soul was a small, black needle. It was almost invisible. Even if one checked with their divine sense, they would find it difficult to notice its existence. Its main body was the most mysterious 4th soul. These 3 ultimate primary souls were the fusion of all the soul fragments inside the flag. This was the most powerful spell Wang Lin could use with the 1 billion soul flag right now. Wang Lin shouted, "Kill!" The 3 ultimate primary souls immediately rushed up and began attacking the thunder barrier along with the Celestial Guard puppet, the Thunder Beast, and the 7-star sword formation. Thunder Daoist's pupils shrank, then his expression turned pale and his despair became even stronger. The puppet and Thunder Beast were already difficult for him to deal with, and now 3 powerful souls had appeared. Thunder Daoist believed he would be killed within a few breaths of time after the barrier was broken. "Shu Mu. Don't force me. All messengers of the Thunder Celestial Temple have a life-saving spell. At most, I will sacrifice my lifespan." Thunder Daoist's eyes were bloodshot as he stared at Wang Lin. He felt very bitter in his heart. Using that spell wouldn't be a big deal if he had enough origin energy, but if he didn't, it would consume his lifespan. In that case, not only would his lifespan shorten, his cultivation would fall down to the soul transformation stage due to his origin energy being used up. Most importantly, he had no confidence that he could hurt Wang Lin with the life-saving treasure. Those 2 rays of sword energy scared him the most and made his scalp numb. Once he used the life-saving spell, he feared that the only road left for him would still be death. Wang Lin's eyes were calm as he slowly said, "It was you who forced me and not me who forced you." Thunder Daoist bitterly said, "There is no undissolvable hate between us. What do I have to do for you to let me go?" Wang Lin stared at Thunder Daoist inside the barrier. He pondered for a moment before saying, "Recognize me as your master and let me leave an imprint on you." Thunder Daoist pondered. At this moment, The barrier around him was shaking violently due to the attacks from outside and was about to collapse. Thunder Daoist clenched his teeth and said, "Okay, this old man agrees." His heart turned vicious and he thought, "This person's cultivation level is not higher than mine. Even if he imprints this old man as his slave, it can't last for too long. Once I recover my cultivation, I'll escape and report him to the Thunder Celestial Temple. Then the Thunder Celestial Temple will send people to kill him to appease my anger." Wang Lin slowly said, "Open the barrier." Thunder Daoist hesitated for a bit. The barrier was about to crumble. His eyes lit up as he waved his right hand and the barrier immediately disappeared. At the moment it disappeared, Thunder Daoist's heart jumped. The 7-star sword formation was right next to him and the Celestial Guard puppet's fist stopped 3 inches away from him. The Thunder Beast's eyes gave off lightning that released popping sounds, and its eyes were not kind. The 3 ultimate primary souls circled around and occasionally directed cold gazes at Thunder Daoist. As Wang Lin stared at Thunder Daoist, his eyes revealed a mysterious light. He slapped his bag of holding and the restriction flag flew out. Wang Lin waved the flag and all the restrictions flew out, forming a golden restriction formation before Wang Lin. His left hand formed a seal and pointed at the restriction formation. The restriction formation gave off a bright, golden glow before flying directly at Thunder Daoist. Thunder Daoist didn't dodge but clenched his teeth and let it enter between his eyebrows. The restriction formation penetrated his body and went directly toward his origin soul. The moment it came into contact the origin soul, the restriction formation melted and completely surrounded his origin soul. When he saw this, he thought, "This restriction is somewhat strange, but no restriction can withstand the impact of origin energy. Once his old man's origin energy has recovered, I'll break the formation. This is only the first step of the restriction, there is a second step." After Wang Lin finished speaking, he stepped onto the star compass and flew off into the distance. Thunder Daoist had to follow. With so many dangers around him, he had to follow. From far away, the Thunder Beast from the Thunder Celestial Temple saw this. It hesitated for a bit and then turned around to escape. Wang Lin's cold snort came from the void, causing the Thunder Beast to tremble. It became too scared to escape, so it followed Wang Lin. When he came chasing after Thunder Daoist, Wang Lin noticed that there was a grey planet not far away. This was an abandoned planet. There wasn't any spiritual energy coming from the planet, and it looked like there was no life on it either. Wang Lin's speed was very fast as he charged directly at this planet. Shortly after, he arrived above the grey planet. The earth was grey and storms raged across the planet. It was also covered in deadly gas that would immediately kill mortals. After landing on the planet, Wang Lin's right foot stomped the ground, and after a loud rumble, a ravine appeared. Wang Lin's finger formed a sword and shot out a ray of sword energy that quickly moved inside the ravine. Soon, a new cave was carved out by the sword energy. Wang Lin stepped into the cave and Thunder Daoisted was forced inside as well. This cave was very large, with a total of 4 rooms and a big hall in the middle. Sword energy still lingered on the walls. There was also ash falling from the walls. Wang Lin waved his sleeves and a gust of wind blew all the debris outside the cave. When Wang Lin turned around to look at Thunder Daoist, his eyes revealed an indiscernible and mysterious light, and he said, "After the second restriction, I won't kill you." Thunder Daoist silently pondered and looked at the dangers still around him. After a long time, he nodded. "Okay." Wang Lin sat down in the lotus position and both his hands formed many seals. One by one, restrictions flew out and fell on Thunder Daoist's body. At the same time, Wang Lin said, "When I place my imprint, you must not resist. Otherwise, don't blame me for not keeping my promise." Thunder Daoist remained quiet and closed his eyes. He sneered inside his heart. "I would like to see what kind of restrictions you can place. Wait until this old man recovers his origin energy, then I can easily break any restrictions." Wang Lin's expression revealed a trace of gloominess. Only by refining the old man into a celestial guard could he feel completely safe. In his eyes, Thunder Daoist met the requirements to be refined into a celestial guard. Also, with the Thunder Beast outside, by combining the two, the success rate would increase by a lot. Moreover, even if it failed, it wouldn't matter, as there would be no loss for Wang Lin. Wang Lin spat out a mouthful of origin energy that turned into countless symbols. Each symbol fell on Thunder Daoist one by one. Thunder Daoist suddenly opened his eyes and stared at Wang Lin. After a long time, his heart let out a cold snort and he closed his eyes once more. He allowed Wang Lin's origin energy to freely enter his body. Just at the moment his eyes closed, Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he slapped his bag of holding. The Soul Lasher appeared in his hand and he viciously whipped Thunder Daoist. Thunder Daoist opened his eyes once more and shouted, "What are you doing?" Wang Lin's speed was too fast, and the whip was even faster. At the moment Thunder Daoist spoke, the whip hit his body. It wasn't just once. At the moment it landed on his body, the Soul Lasher was waved 6 times. In an instant, Thunder Daoist was hit 6 times. As the sounds of the whip echoed, Thunder Daoist's body trembled. His expression turned pale and his eyes dimmed. Behind him, his origin soul was knocked 7 feet away from his body. He was just about to retaliate when the Celestial Guard stepped forth and the Thunder Beast roared. The 3 ultimate primary souls' ghostly wails also echoed in the cave. At this moment, the 7-star sword formation emitted powerful sword energy and the 7 swords fused into one and chopped down. The 7 evil beasts inside the swords let out a unified roar, preventing Thunder Daoist's attempt to return to his body. Above Thunder Daoist's origin soul was the restriction Wang Lin had placed earlier. It took the form of a lightning net that trapped Thunder Daoist's origin soul. This video will end here.